I'd like to take you on a journey of going back in time when I was working at the hospice. And a lot of people asked me a lot of questions over the years, and I decided to start writing a journal of my time working out in the community, which I love dearly, and I miss it to this day. But circumstances changed my life, which you'll find out later down the line. I started writing my blog on the 1st of March 2017. Firstly, I introduced myself to the world of communicating on world press. And I introduced myself, explaining to people who I was. My name's Veronica, by the way. And what I did for work. I worked out in the community as a healthcare worker. I've also worked in palliative care and mental health, which is very close to my heart. My very first blog, which each and every one of them refers to people who I've met over the years, was written on there on the 1st of March 2017. And I named it Making Time for What Matters. Caring in your own home is an option at end stage life, or at any time. Whenever you are looking for, we're here to help you. Just ask for an angel to come calling. I offer some full support to your family at a time when you need it the most. We all need support at some point in our life when time matters, when you can rest, go to work, or take time out for all the things that we take for granted. Our children going to school and events, with the assurance that your loved one is safe at home and not alone. I have often been called an angel. Everyone is entitled to die at home with dignity, surrounded by their memories and peace, and in their final days in the family. Still having a life, we all have to pay our mortgages and the other bills. So if you're looking for help at home by contacting an angel, we'll be right there, right by your side. I've over 30 years of experience, 10 of which have been working in the hospice palliative support home. The very next day, I met a lady, and this one's called Soul Searching. Once you've made that choice to keep your loved one at home and are at your wit's end worrying, how am I going to manage? There's help and advice. Looking after loved ones at home rather than in a hospice or nursing home is not an easy task. Trying to stay strong for your loved ones, and at the still time working out to pay your mortgage and your bills. Life still has to go on. I've worked out in the community all my working life. It's a job that I love, meeting families and trying to help them to maintain a normal life as possible, supporting them, taking over for a few hours, caring for that patient while they go out and work or do whatever they need to do, i.e. weekly shop, trips out. It's all normal things that we take for granted. Today I visited a very elderly gentleman in his 90s, end-stage dementia. His daughter greeted me with a hug and a smile. I'm so pleased you came today. She left for a few hours break, having visited him for a while now. He's a gentleman and his nature is gentle but very confused. At times he hits out at people when they're trying to help him, but it's not his fault. You have to see past the aggression and understand, putting yourself in their place. How would you feel if a stranger came into your house, started washing you and undressing you and putting clothes on you? A task without aggression. He has had a settled day, and out of all of his problems, his daughter returned. I could see the stress on her face had lifted. albeit only for a few hours. But those few hours make all the difference. Your father is safe and well looked after, making all the difference. My job for that day was done. The following visit was to another patient. I named this one Another Day, Another Soul to Keep. Throughout my life, working out in the community, I cherish every single one of these people I've met and their families. And it's something that is a calling in life. Let me put it that way. Looking after people and in somebody else's home is not no easy task. You have to be very mindful of their dignity, the privacy, and everything else that comes in there. Understanding the family dynamics is another thing, because not everybody's had a perfect life. Sadly, this is something that is going to happen within the community as a whole. But just being there to support them. This is another one I've written, and I called it Heaven's Gate. At Heaven's Gate we will be there one day, but you know, we must get on with life. It's a bit of a roller coaster ride at times, and this is so true when you're in a full-time care role. Looking after someone whose needs for 24 hours a day can be very stressful and take its toll on you. If you're not careful, you could become ill yourself. It's very important to take time out for your own well-being and mental health. Stress and depression, lack of sleep and not eating is also a sign of becoming ill. And if you're ill, it will make it very difficult for you to look after your loved one. That's where we come in, to give you a break. So it's important to take time out for yourself and hold that while we hold that thought for you. To take a bath or go for a walk or go and meet a friend and have a cup of tea or a coffee and a chat. Retail therapy is brilliant. It's a brilliant time to get out and try not to take your antidepressants. It's easy to just get hooked on those. But if you must take them, then take them. Please do, because it's something that you have to decide in your life. We're only human at the end of the day, so please take care of yourself while I take care of you. Will you stay calm? March the 4th, 2017. When you think everything is going right, but suddenly things start going wrong and very quickly, what will you do? Start to panic or stay calm and deal with the problem at hand? One day I turned up to support a lady with cancer. Her husband quickly left the building. I went upstairs into the bedroom to find that she was having a convulsion. Because she didn't have a DNR, I had to resuscitate and get the paramedics out very quickly. I remained there all day waiting for the husband to return because I didn't want him to come home to an empty house. His wife had actually passed away that day, and I took him down to the hospital where his wife had been taken. And it was really quite sad to see somebody pass like that. But he was old school. He didn't have a phone on him. He wouldn't have known what was going to happen that day. But he was so grateful that I waited and he didn't have to come home to that empty house. This is walking in my shoes. Take care.